We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, you know, Richard, people have credit card bills and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money. And it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
You know why I love that sound so much, that because it reminds me of the theme music for the show Mayor of Kingstown. And it just goes, and it's got the other stuff playing in the background. It's kind of dark and creepy.
Yeah, which reminds me, I need to go back and watch Mayor of Kingstown. I've got new episodes out that I haven't seen.
It's my favorite show. One of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, I've got to get caught up on that.
The other night, though, the episode was only 36 minutes.
I'll take 36 good minutes over the Yellowstone hour-long episode with 30 minutes worth of shots of people riding across the range.
Well, and, you know, the reason I'm saying that is because they're the same creator.
Yeah.
That Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that the episodes of Mayor of Kingstown used to be closer to an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
But maybe they run out of material and they don't have any scenes like that like they did on Yellowstone, because it's such an ugly, area that's basically it's Detroit.
Right. Nobody's looking for any excitement. Just watching a car ride through an old torn down neighborhood.
I mean, I don't think there's ever been a scene of all the seasons of Mayor of Kingstown where you would look at that and go, "Well, that's pretty.
That's beautiful."
Yeah. Everything's dark, and the prison and the streets with the crime and all that.
Did you say that it is set in Detroit?
It's in a town in Michigan.
Oh. Fake town that is
Kingstown.
Detroit?
Kingstown.
Yeah. But it's basically Detroit.
Yeah.
I know, right? Am I right, Rob?
It's the worst.
That's where your people are from.
You've never had a desire to live in Michigan, Rob?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
It snow too much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not safe, but mostly the snow thing.
Yeah, so I just looked it up. Mayor of Kingstown was filmed in the greater Pittsburgh area.
Mm-hmm.
Another ew.
Yeah, so I'm telling y'all, I know y'all said, I'm telling y'all, the city itself of Pittsburgh in the downtown area is very clean and very cool. At least it was a few years ago.
Okay,
It's it's not what you would think it is. But yeah, set in Kingstown, Michigan. So they're using the steel mills and all in the exterior in the just outside downtown Pittsburgh.
But I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been to Pennsylvania. As my Uncle Robin would say, I ain't lost nothing in Pennsylvania.
Let's see.
But one thing that gets on my nerves about the state
of Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is how many people leave the L out of the word. It drives me nuts. And they're usually not people from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But when they pronounce it Pennsylvania. No. Ugh. Sometimes I've wished that we could just let them secede. So many people would stop saying Pennsylvania. It's that annoying. So stop that, please, if you do it.
So you've never been to Pennsylvania at all?
No, I've been to Michigan. I've actually been to Detroit 2 or 3 times.
Wow, and you made it back.
I know. and I've actually been to Minnesota.
Oh.
I either went to Minnesota or Minneapolis.
Right.
One or the other.
One or the other. Can't decide
But
which.
yeah, I haven't been to many of those types of.
Yeah.
I've never been to Iowa or any of the Midwest.
Never been to the Midwest place. You've been to St.
been to-
Louis?
Yeah. In Nebraska.
Yeah, I've never been to
Several
Nebraska.
times.
Never been to St. Louis.
Yeah, Nebraska's really nice.
I hear good things.
Yeah.
Never been to St. Louis, but I do like the St. Lunatics.
Good call, Rob.
Same thing.
Good call. Yeah. I've been to Philadelphia once, and Pittsburgh twice. I thought Philadelphia was real cool too. It was fun. Mainly because it's just one of those places that you go to and you see a lot of things you've seen growing up in movies and everything, and it's just pretty cool.
Like the Constitution.
Liberty Bell,
That's where the Rocky statue is, right?
the Rocky statue, the whole thing. Ran the steps. And I thought we're gonna look like idiots out here. We're not, because there's tons of other people out there running the steps at the library, Museum of Natural History, I think, maybe whatever, where you run the steps like Rocky did.
You just stood out because you're going. Da-da-da.
No, I wasn't the only one doing that, Rob. Lots of other people were doing that while they run the steps. It's crazy because it's huge. But I told Cade, I said, Cade, now you understand we have to run the steps, and he was like, okay, and we did. We ran the steps, and then you're like laughing, standing at the top of the steps. And the Rocky statue though is not at the top of the steps anymore. They've moved it down. It's got its own little area, like right off to the side of the steps. So then you have to go back down to see the actual statue. But as we did it, you see there are other people doing it, and they're like at the same thing. They're taking their picture with their hands up, like, it's just one of those iconic moments, those things that you do,
Win in Pennsylvania.
Yes, they win in Pennsylvania.
You do as the Pennsylvanians do. But there is something cool in Pennsylvania right now. The Sheetz stores, Sheetz convenience stores and all. Are they truck stops? I'm trying to think. Do they have? I think they are. They have the diesel, I believe. But they have done a special partnership with DoorDash, and they'll be delivering beer to people
Oh, really?
in nearly 270 stores across the state of Pennsylvania. Now, it says that back in 2021 that they teamed up with DoorDash and they started doing on-demand delivery in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, and North Carolina. So, if they follow that pattern, where we live in North Carolina, they would bring us beer. But how much would that beer cost by the time you pay DoorDash to bring it to you?
Can you get beer delivered now, like Instacart?
I don't
Because
know.
you can get wine and all delivered.
Well, if you can get wine, then you can get beer.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. By the way,
But how
this
much
says,
does that cost, Instacart?
This says that Sheetz would be considered a truck stop in Virginia and North Carolina because they offer high flow diesel fuel and diesel exhaust fluid in Virginia and North Carolina. So those are only two states apparently that it would be truck stops. Everywhere else it would be a store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one in like right up the road a few minutes in Troutman, North Carolina. And that's where I had a sleep study done one time. And the woman that was hooking me up to all of the machines and everything
Right.
was obsessed with Sheetz.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, you go to the doctor and they want to chit chat with you or whatever. One of the things that they'll always say is, hey, have you been on any good trips lately? You been taking any vacations? Her opening gambit was, you like sheets? I thought she meant on the bed at first. I need, if I'm going to be sleeping in here, I'd like some sheets, please. But she was talking about, and I do. Y'all know I love a convenience store, but Sheetz is at the top, one of the top of the list. Sheetz and Loves and Flying J for me. Those are
Flying J is good.
I've never been to a Wawa.
Oh, they're great.
Well, there's that guy in the news today for being a super fan of Wawa. He goes multiple times a day for coffee, lunch, and sometimes dinner. And he started saving his receipts a few years ago and decided to try to collect every customer order number from 0 to 999. He posted about it on social media. People helped him by filling in some gaps, and he finally now has a collection of Wawa receipts where the customer numbers are 0 to 999.
So, Rob, is a Wawa more like a Buc-ee's,
No.
or is it like a Flying J?
It's more like the Sheets or the QT. They've got the kitchen visible and it's in the center of everything. Buc-ee's are a lot bigger.
Yeah, but if you go to a QT, and I like QT, but if you're just looking at the shelves, they don't have nearly as much stuff as Love's or Flying J, those types of things.
Yeah.
Now, you go as far as getting food ordered and all that, they have, plenty.
Yeah, their meals that they make are leaps and bounds better than the other places.
Really?
Yeah, and their plain glazed donuts are to die for, girl. And they're huge.
Okay, and apparently Wawa is expanding because they just did some Googling, and they're about to open their first, what they call a travel center in nationwide in Hope City, North Carolina, the Fayetteville area, Hope Mills, North Carolina, in 2025.
Okay. But they did just finish that new Buc-ee's in that town in Texas that makes it the largest travel center in America.
Right.
That's got to be overwhelming.
They keep breaking their own record, right? And that would.
Yeah. And I can't say that I won't ever go back to Buc-ee's again, but it's great. And I salute them as a capitalist. I salute them for having that business model and being the best in that industry. But I just can't take the chaos.
It's just too much.
Those people everywhere. The gas is cheap though.
Yeah.
And I might pull in there to get gas. But could you do that?
What, just get gas and drive away?
Not go in and get anything?
You'd have to be in a desperate hurry, I would think.
Or just so afraid of the crowd. You would go, have you been to a Buc-ee's, Rob? You hate crowds.
No, but I would love to go to get some of the food. It all looks pretty delicious.
Yeah, I would love to go and video you from afar, watching your reactions and all to having to wait in the line and how the line moves and figuring it out and because I don't think you can order from an app and then just go in there and pick it up. I think you have to wait in certain lines for like if you want a barbecue sandwich, you get in this line. If you want peanuts or whatever, you get in this line.
He loses his mind, yeah.
Yeah, you would hate it.
That sounds awful.
But you'd eat it in the car before you left, though.
For sure.
Because there's no way you could eat and maneuver your way out of that parking lot.
Yeah, I'd have to see if there's a way to order online and then just go up to a register and pick it up.
We waited about 10 to 15 minutes in a traffic jam in the parking lot of a Buc-ee's just to get out of it.
No, I don't want to do that.
It's crazy. But a lot of those people never been to town.
Yeah. Really? That was town?
Well, they never been to town.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.